Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is the 4th of July, America's Independence Day. This is a very, very special day for Americans, and you guys will just walk along with me as I exercise and we discuss a little history that I can remember. Also, just share a few things with you guys on this special day. So, I went to college here in America, and one thing that is very interesting and is that before I graduated, I had to take both American History 1 and American History 2. Honestly speaking, I don't know if it was very necessary for me to take History 2, but maybe because of the major I was taking, that's the reason why I took History 2. But I took both of them, and honestly speaking, I don't really regret taking them because it has helped me learn a lot of things that I did not know, and obviously I had to learn because I was being tested. So it was part of my grade. So I definitely had to familiarize myself with all that. I also had to take government one and I believe government two. I honestly can't remember if I had to take government two, but I know I had to take government as well, which was really, really interesting. And I'll say that because when I initially came to America, I wanted to major in political science. That was what I initially left my country, Kenya, to come do in America, to come study. But when I got here, I was like, you know what? Is this really, really what I want to do? Because I knew that if I did, what was I gonna do with political science? I had to ask that. I had to ask myself that. I was like, you know what? It would have meant I go to law school, and I honestly wasn't wanting to go to law school. It was not one of those things that I wanted to do, but I enjoyed it. I started doing political science in the beginning. I had to take political science as a course actually. I think political science 1 and political science 2. It was very interesting, I'll say, but learning, and after a while I was like, I don't think this is really what I want. Then I was like, you know what? Let me switch. So I ended up, let me declare as I'll, as I go along and take all these other classes that are required for every major, let me do that, and then along the way I will decide what I really want. But so I was undeclared basically after some time. Then I was like, you know what? I want to be a psychology major because I took a psychology class, and I was like, wow, this is very interesting. I'm loving it. But really, my eyes were on computers. So I started doing that, and then I switched to computer information systems, which is what I ended up graduating in. And to be honest with you, I really don't regret. But so I ended up doing computer information systems. That's what I majored in, and accounting. And honestly, I have never, I graduated in both as a double major, but I've never really used my, of course, accounting is one of those things that you use on a daily basis, but it's one of those things that I never really, I fully just went into computers, and I enjoy. Initially, when I was graduating, I was like, you know what? I want to do systems analysis. that's what I really was eyeing for, or technical writing. But after I graduated, I actually just branched into something totally different, basically away from all that stuff that I had, that I was actually hoping to do. So I don't regret, because my knowledge in information systems has been so broad, both hardware and software. And then also I have now I specialize in software. So it's it's basically rewarding. I can't really complain, and it's just one of those things. Earlier, if I knew that, when I joined college, if I knew that that's what I would have ended up doing, I mean, that's what was planned for me, maybe I'd have given it attention at that particular moment. But like I said, I just diversified within computers, within information systems. So it's been a challenge, and it's been rewarding as well, learning different things within software, hardware, networking, um, you know, within software contracts. So it's just so many different things that I have learned, and I continue learning. And it is basically, yes, a major that I would definitely encourage anyone, if they are willing. It's it's good. But anyway, what I'm talking about here, I was talking about history, that I was made to take American history in college. So before I graduated, I had to take American history. And by taking American history, it made me learn a lot. And also, after graduating college, years later, when I was applying for my citizenship, I had to actually take American history. I mean, I had to refresh myself on my American history, because when you do apply for American citizenship, you are basically tested as well on your American history. So I had to refresh myself on my American history. And so there's some things that I remember, and there's some things that when I read, it actually rings the bell, like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. So actually, today is a very, very special day, America's Independence Day. And Independence Day marks the historic date in 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was approved by the Continental Congress. The written declaration stated that the American colonies were tired of being ruled by Great Britain. They wanted to become their own country. So, yes, this marked this marked it was historic. Americans wanted to be independent from the British, and it was in 1776 when the Declaration of Independence was approved and it took place. So Americans celebrate Independence Day often with parades and fireworks, barbecue, and a lot of hot dogs. People drink a lot of beer. And this year, honestly speaking, for me, it is just one of those days. I wish that Independence Day fell on a Friday or Monday. In that way, I'd have been able to at least go for some activities. But I'm actually not participating in anything, because tomorrow is just a regular work day for me. But this particular day, the month of July, a lot of people are off work. So it is just one of those days that, one of those months that is busy. One thing As you can see, as you watch this video, you will notice that in the beginning, as in the beginning clips, you will see that a lot of yards people have the American flags on their yards. One thing about Americans, and we have to, I'm an American now, naturalized, but one thing I'll tell you guys is Americans are very, very patriotic. And on this particular day, like around my area where I live, I want to tell you just about every home, everyone had a flag. And also the ones who didn't have flags on their yards, at least on their doors, you'd see the flag, you'd see a flag pasted there. So it's just one of those things. People are very patriotic. I've been to other countries on the 4th of July. I mean, not 4th of July, on the Independence Day. And to be honest with you, it's not this patriotic. You will see flags here and there, but the mood is not. People are just, it's just a day, I suppose. It's Independence Day. People are away from work, but it's not, people are not that excited. But in America on 4th of July, to be honest with you, I think this is like the most, I want to say it's the national and most patriotic day of the year. I'll say that because, yes, I've seen other holidays, like Memorial Day, which was May the 31st. Yes, people had flags, yes, but it was not as much as today on the 4th of July. It's like everywhere you go, the flags are up in people's yards. So really, it's something commendable. People really celebrate and honor this day, which is good, I must say. So from my American history, there are a few things that I can remember that I will just share with you guys. If you ever get a chance to go to New York City, please visit the Statue of Liberty. And this particular Statue of Liberty, it actually symbolizes freedom. If you've ever seen the Statue of Liberty, you will see the torch. It represents the Enlightenment, and it lights the path to liberty and freedom. So I got to observe the Statue of Liberty, especially if you go I actually got to observe it from the Empire State Building. And Empire State Building is I think it's like 102 stories skyscraper. So if you ever go to New York City, I'll tell you that's one of the best places to go to and observe the Statue of Liberty. And I actually went to the 86th floor, and I was able to observe the Statue of Liberty from there, and it was at night time, so it was like you could see the view clear, and it is so beautiful. And this is in Manhattan, New York City. So it's one of those things that you may want to do. And this particular statue is just it's a symbol of liberty in America. So it's basic for freedom. So if you ever get a chance, please go view that. Another thing about July 4th is 3 presidents actually died on July 4th. I can remember it was John Adams, I want to say Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe. This is sad. 3 presidents died on July 4th. So that's like something so big. And both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson signed the Declaration of Independence. And both of them actually died on the same day. So that is weird. It is really weird, but it happened. And we honor them. And then another thing that I will say about this particular day is I've seen and I've been to different places on the 4th of July. And I've seen here in America, I've seen so many different things that are very, very special. A lot of people on this particular day, there's a lot of fireworks, about 200 million pounds of fireworks each year are lit here. So I know today it's going to be like super, super, super. Tonight is going to be like super, super crazy. There are special places you can actually go and observe the fireworks. I've done it before, but today I'm not going to do it because, like I said, from the beginning, I'll be working. So tomorrow, so it's not one of those things that I want to do. Another thing, it's become like really, really crazy, and you have to be super careful. I know this because people in the area where I live, fireworks are restricted. So, and it has worked at least for the past few years. It's worked. Not too many people. I've not had too many people popping the fireworks, but it doesn't mean that there are people who won't disobey the rules and do it. I know that at times people mix fireworks with guns, people shooting their guns up. So it's like, it's really, really scary. It's one of those things you just have to be careful because you don't know who is playing what games and who is so excited or what people are doing. So if you can keep indoors, the better. But like I said, there are special places you can actually go and observe the fireworks throughout the city. And for me, I wish I could, but I am not going to be going out there. Also, there are so many activities. I mean, a lot of families gather, people barbecue, and at the beach, which we have Galveston, which is like about 45 minutes to an hour away from me. Today is just, I've been to Galveston Beach on the 4th of July, and it's like super, 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 super busy. And there's just a lot of activities, but it's nice. Today would have been a nice day to be out there because it's hot, but it's a little windy and a little cooler than what it has been, at least from what it was last week. So today would have been a really, really nice day to go out there to the beach, but again, I'm not going to be going out there. Also, another thing that I can share about the 4th of July is there are parades all over the city, especially this morning. There were parades. People, I think, through the city of Houston. But again, I didn't get a chance to go to any of the parades that were there. But I know that those parades are normally so much fun, and people celebrate. And maybe next time there are parades, I will definitely go there so that I can share with you guys. For those of you who do not live in America and want to see what it's like. So just enjoy my walk with me as I walk through this area. Today I went a little farther. It's still a walking distance from where I live, on the bayou, but on the other side of the bayou. So I just walked a little farther just to show you guys, and not only just show you guys, I wanted to walk more today, so exercise much more than, more steps than what I have been doing. So it meant that I had to go a little farther. So That's why I'm on this other side of the bayou. But as you can see, it's a beautiful, beautiful, bright morning, and it's a little windy, which makes it even better. And it's about 80 degrees. Yes, 80 degrees. 80 degrees is still hot, but it's better than what it has been, because over the weekend it was about 100 and something. So 80 is okay in comparison. And then on top of that, the fact that it is windy is even better. So there are so many people cycling in groups, and then I guess cycling clubs. You see a lot of people, like a group of 20-30 people cycling together. And then they're just people who are cycling by themselves. There are a lot of people walking. There are people jogging. There are people, there are a lot of people walking their pets outside. And it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful day to be outside. And a lot of people were off work today. For those who work, for those, depending on the job that someone does, because America is a 24-hour economy. People work different hours, people work different shifts, people work different days, people work days, nights, evenings, mornings, all times of the day people are working. There's no the city never really sleeps. I'll say that, because there's always something going on. While you think that you're going to sleep, there are people getting ready to go to work at that particular time. So yes, for those who are off today, who are off work today, they're outside. I mean, there are a lot of people outside and they're enjoying. And then, of course, like I said, there are people who work even on holidays. So people are at work. So it just really, really depends. But all in all, it's a beautiful day. And again, I thank you for watching. And as I almost come to a conclusion of this video, please share it with your friends, and also just subscribe if you've not subscribed, and also put a like on it. Until next time, I'll just play a little music towards the end. And thank you, and happy 4th of July.